Hello viewers, we have an important video today that's about the role of polling officers at their respective polling stations. Whenever there is election time, it is the government employees who are directly concerned, for they are the facilitators of any such fair and smooth election. Therefore, their worries are true and relevant. In the same parlance, I have made this video just to make them familiar about their duties at the polling station, thereby erase the apprehensions about the duties in their mind. Hope you will find this video helpful. Let's start by understanding the primary role of presiding officer in the general election. The presiding officer is responsible for overseeing the entire polling process in their assigned polling stations. One of the key responsibilities of the presiding officer is to ensure that the voting process is conducted fairly, transparently, and in accordance with the election rules and regulations. The presiding officer must verify the identity of voters, maintain order at the polling station, and address any issues or concerns that may arise during the voting process. Additionally, the presiding officer is in charge of supervising the polling staff, ensuring that they perform their duties effectively and efficiently. It's important for the presiding officer to remain impartial and unbiased throughout the entire election process, upholding the integrity and credibility of the election. Now let's come to the duties of polling officer first. The polling officer first is the custodian of marked copy of electoral roll. Marked copy of electoral roll. The polling officer first has also to identify voters through EPIC card, BLO information slip, driving license, Aadhaar card, bank passbook, passport, labor card, job card, etc. जिनकी कुल तादाद 14 है. The polling officer first has to maintain the quick record of total as well as gender-wise count of voters, जिसके लिए उसे एक अलग पेज पर मर्द जन वोटर्स की तादाद जिन्होंने उस वक्त तक वोट दिए और ये इतला वक्त पर दस्तयाब होनी चाहिए. Now the duties of polling officer second. Polling officer second is the custodian of indelible ink. Polling officer second has to maintain register of votes, which is called 17A, in which he has to mention serial number, electoral roll number, name of identity proof, and signature of voters, and remark if any. P2 has also the responsibility of application of indelible ink on voters' forefinger. P2 has to issue voter slips to voters and mention serial number of 70A entered, serial number in electoral roll, and put signatures on it. Now the duties of polling officer third. P3 has to receive the voter slips from the voter. He has to receive the voter slips from the voter and store it in a special poly bag. He will allow the voter to vote after checking the ink on forefinger. P3 may also operate the EVM subject to his competency and PO's willingness. If PO thinks he is fit to operate the machine, he can put him on that duty. Now, what's tender vote? Tender vote is a vote already cast by someone else. If voter insists to vote which is already cast by someone else, in that case, what he has to do, he has to first check his ID if found correct. Then allow to vote through ballot paper, not by EVM, and take declaration from him and mention his details in remarks column of 17A, and also maintain form 17, that is the list of total ballot votes. Next is, what is challenge vote? When the identity of the person is challenged by any political agent, the PO will collect a security deposit of ₹5 from the agent who is challenging the identity of voter in Annexure 8, Form 14. Then PO will hold an inquiry into the challenge and scrutinize all relevant documents, and he will allow the voter to vote only if voter proves valid. Otherwise, he will be barred from voting. The PO will hand over him to police. The challenger's security deposit will be forfeited. Since every person has a right to vote, and as an official on polling duty, you have every right to franchise. If an official is on election duty in the home constituency where he is enrolled as a voter, he is entitled to get election duty certificate, EDC. A person who gets EDC is entitled to vote at any polling booth of his constituency through EVM on submitting the EDC to the concerned PO. The forms related are 12A and 12B. Similarly, there are postal ballots. Form 12 and 12D for senior citizens above 85 years, PWDs with 40% disability, COVID patients, special voters, detainees, media persons, as well as officials on election duty. That is, if an official is on election duty other than the home constituency where he is enrolled as a voter, he is entitled to postal ballot. Then there is another category of voter, those are called classified service votes. A voter who comes under Indian Army Act 1950 is eligible for classified service voter. The voter can opt for voting through proxy. The voter has to fill form 13F properly attested by commanding officer. Then send it to proxy for his signature. Proxy has to sign before first class magistrate or notary. Then send it to the concerned returning officer. The related forms are 13A, 13B, 13C, 13D. Now let's know about blind and infirm voters. The PO will allow blind and infirm voter to vote with the assistance of companion after taking in a simple declaration from him, that is companion. The companion must be above 18 years. Both voter and companion should be marked in their forefinger and middle finger with indelible ink respectively. However, the companion should not have acted earlier also a companion of any other voter. It's important to note that no person will be allowed to act as companion of more than one voter in any polling booth at same polling day. Who are allowed to enter into polling booths? Polling officer, polling party agents, only when they show authority letter issued by returning officer. One polling agent for each candidate. Electors or voters contesting candidates on production of ID proof issued by returning officer. Chief agent of any political party subject to production of authority letter issued by returning officer. Micro observers, sector magistrate, media person, provided they have authority letter issued by CEO or returning officer. Blind infirm persons with a companion for assistance. BLO for identifying voters whenever required by presiding officer. These are the persons who are allowed to enter into the polling station at the time of polling. And any person that is authorized by ECI, Election Commission of India. मगर हाँ, पोलिंग से एक दिन पहले जब आप कलेक्शन सेंटर पर पहुंच जाओगे तो पीओ अपनी पोलिंग पार्टी के साथ कलेक्शन सेंटर से जो सामान पोलिंग के लिए दरकार होगा वो उठा के ले जाएगा. प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर इज द ओवरऑल इन चार्ज ऑफ द पोलिंग स्टेशन. द पीओ शैल कलेक्ट ballot unit, control unit, VVPAT. The PO shall collect the material as per checklist. If he finds anything missing, he has to report to the election center immediately. In general, there should be 25 items, 20 forms, 25 envelopes, 25 stationery items, signboards, etc. अप्रोक्सीमेटली 117 आइटम्स होनी चाहिए. और when you reach at the polling station, after reaching the polling station, one day in advance before poll, the PO along with team should identify the room for the polling purpose. The room should be airy and have sufficient light and space to accommodate the polling team, political party agents, voters, voting compartments. Now let's know about the layout of polling station. After that, you have to distribute the material among the members. Marked copy of electoral roll should be provided to P1 for the identification of voters. The P1 shall check the electoral roll allotted to him and ensure that it is related to the same polling station. For this, he has to consult BLO. The P1 must go through the marked copy of roll and see entries such as postal ballot, supplement, e-roll list, EDC, issued if any, in the remarks column. P1 has to maintain quick record sheet, gender-wise and total votes pooled on the polling day. What P2 and P3 has to do? The presiding officer should hand over the register of votes, that is 17A, indelible ink, stamp pad, voter slips to P2. P2 has the responsibility to apply indelible ink on voter forefinger. The P3, if competent, will operate electronic voting machine and collect voter slips issued by P2 from the voters and store it in a polling bag. The P3 will allow voter to vote after checking on his forefinger. हाँ, इसमें कोई शक नहीं कि चुनाव के रोज दिमाग तनाव में रहता है। ऐसे में कागजी काम करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। इसलिए इस तनाव को कम करने के लिए क्यों ना वो काम जिसको चुनाव के दौरान या चुनाव के बाद की इंफॉर्मेशन की जरूरत नहीं है वो पहले ही निपटा दें। तो इसलिए सो व्हाट इज द documentation process for the polling day? First, mock poll certificate is to be completed. Then, declaration part first to fourth part. Then, visiting sheet, that is the record of the authorized persons who visited the polling booth. PO diary, which contains 35 points report of poll day activities. Form 17B, that is tendered vote ballot paper. Movement sheet or movement of agents in and out from polling booth. 49 MA test vote declaration, which means if a voter challenges credibility of EVM or VVPAT, 49M not allowed to vote by presiding officer. If a voter creates disruption in polling process. 49 0 refused to vote if voter refuses to vote after completing formalities. 17C account of votes, that is total votes pooled in EVM plus TBV plus 49 MA votes. Account of seals, that is seals issued, damaged, used and returned. All seals such as green paper, special tag strip, pink seal and address tag should be kept handy. Now let's know about the statutory documents. Green statutory documents contain green colored packets in which marked copy of electoral roll, register of votes 17A, voter slips, unused tender ballot papers, form 17B. These are called statutory documents. Paper seal used in control unit, black envelope. ग्रीन सील इमेज, तो ये सभी जो हैं इनको स्टैट्यूटरी डॉक्यूमेंट्स कहते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज नॉन स्टैट्यूटरी डॉक्यूमेंट्स. तो ये नॉन स्टैट्यूटरी डॉक्यूमेंट्स क्या होते हैं? येलो कलर्ड पैकेट्स ने जिनमें अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर्स ऑफ एजेंट्स फॉर्म 10, जो फॉर्म 10 में होते. दूसरा है लिस्ट ऑफ चैलेंज्ड वोट्स फॉर्म 14, जिसके रिलेटेड टू इट इज फॉर्म 14. इट इज रिलेटेड टू फॉर्म 14. लिस्ट ऑफ ब्लाइंड एंड इन्फर्म electors form related to 14A. Declaration of companion, receipt book, unused damaged paper seals, tags, strips, etc. Unused voter slips. तो इसके अलावा ब्राउन पैकेट्स which contains handbook of PO, मैनुअल EVM, मेटल सील. और इसके अलावा there is below packet. In this packet all miscellaneous items are kept. And that was all about documentation. Now we will proceed to practical aspect, that is mock poll process. The presiding officer shall start mock poll process 1 hour before the commencement of actual poll. If none of agents or one agent is present, then wait for 15 minutes. After that, go ahead. At least 50 votes is to be pooled and at least one vote for each candidate including nota. Keep carefully account of the votes so recorded in respect of each candidate. After mock poll, there is one more important process, that is CRC, control result clear. After mock poll, PO should press close button, CRC close button, then the PO will ascertain the result in the control unit by pressing result button. The display panel will start showing the results of candidate wise separately. Confirm that results tally for each candidate. Count VVPAT paper slips in the presence of agents. Clear votes from the control unit. After ascertaining and tallying the results, clear the control unit by pressing clear button and set all counts to 0. Clear button means deleting all the information related to the votes cast. All mock poll data in control unit and VVPAT paper slips must be cleared by PO. Empty drop box in VVPAT must be verified by the polling agent. Now, PO will put the control unit in off mode, that is, power switched for sealing purpose. After the completion of the mock poll process, there is black envelope and mock poll slips should be stamped on their backside by rubber stamp having inscription of mock poll slips. Only mock poll votes must be stamped, but not 7 system generating slips. All mock poll slips, at least 50, should be kept in black envelope properly sealed. In other words, 50 votes plus 7 self-generating system slips, total 50 plus 7, that's 57. Black envelope must be sealed by pink paper seals properly, duly signed by presiding officer and agents. Thereafter, you have to prepare the mock poll certificate. Prepare mock poll certificate duly signed by presiding officer and polling agents. Allow micro observer in present to put his signature on mock poll certificate. Inform sector magistrate regarding the successfully conduct of mock poll. Maintain declaration format this time, part 1 and part 3. Now, how to seal, that is sealing process. Seal the inner compartment of result section by green paper seal. Thread the special tag near close button by proper waxing. Seal outer compartment by address tag in control unit. Seal drop box of VVPAT by address tags duly signed by presiding officer and polling agents or political party agents. Note, old strip seals has been discontinued and green paper seal is modified with A and B on both edges. Apply apply self adhesive paste. This these seals are with adhesive pastes. Mock poll box is discontinued. Only black envelope with pink seal pasted. Maintain proper account of proper seals. Note down the unique ID number of all paper seals such as green paper, pink seal, use it in control unit and mock poll envelope. Take authority letters from agents and issue new codes. The presiding officer should place ballot unit and VVPAT inside the voting compartment. Ensure that secrecy of voting is not compromised. How to start the polls? Presiding officer must warn polling agents to maintain the secrecy of vote and penalty for any breach thereof. The actual poll should commence at the appointed time. Put control unit in on mode and wait for voters. Maintain part 1 of presiding officer's diary, that is 35-point report of poll proceedings. Replacement protocol for EVM VVPAT during mock poll. If ballot unit is not functioning, replace only BU, any ballot unit. If control unit is not functioning, replace control unit only. If VVPAT is not functioning, replace VVPAT only. However, this is for before polling. Remember, before polling. During polling or actual polling, the process is different. And what is the process of replacement of EVM, VVPAT during actual poll? In case control unit or ballot unit does not work properly during actual poll process, replacement of whole EVM, VVPAT set including control unit, ballot unit and VVPAT is required. On such replacement, switch off the control unit before any replacement. Conduct new mock poll in new EVM VVPAT set. But this time, one vote for each candidate including nota. Ensure CRC procedure again in new EVM machine. Clear the C control unit and VVPAT voter slips as per procedure of mock poll. In case there is error in VVPAT, if VVPAT does not work properly during actual poll, then replace VVPAT only. In this case, no mock poll process is required. If the voter whose paper seal has not been printed by VVPAT or has not been cut or hanging, he should be allowed to cast his vote after VVPAT unit has been replaced. How to close the poll? The poll should be closed at the hour fixed for the purpose. If the voters are present at the time of closure of poll within the limits of polling station, allow them to vote. The presiding officer should close the main gate and issue pre-numbered slips to voters in reverse manner. Note, micro observer is authorized by Election Commission of India to check presiding officer's diary as per proceedings entries in 17A. Finally, press close button. After lost vote has recorded, lost voter has recorded his vote, the PO should close button of control unit. The display panel will show poll end time as well as total number of votes recorded in the control unit. The PO should immediately note down the total votes recorded as he has to maintain 17C. After pressing close button, now put control unit on. Sealing of outer case. After disconnecting connectors, the PO should put ballot unit, control unit, VVPAT in their respective cases. He will paste address tags, name and number of polling station with date, seal and signature on it. Polling agents may be allowed to put their signatures, seal on the address tag, on seal on the address tags. Now maintain presiding officer's diary part 3rd and 4th properly. Maintain declaration format part 3rd and 4th. Maintain seal account. Different seals used in control unit and mock poll box. How to prepare account of votes, that is votes recorded, form 17C. After sealing the EVM, VVPAT, the presiding officer is required to prepare 17C, that is 20-point report. Total assigned votes, total votes pooled in EVM, total tendered votes, test votes if any. Issue copies of 17C to all polling agents and take receipt from them. Issue duty certificates to officials on duty, ASHA workers, security officials and local appointment if any. Collect ID cards from agents which presiding officer have issued in the morning. Now take all material safely to vehicle you have been allotted. When you have reached to the collection center, they will seek from you the following material in a sequential order. Number first is EVM, VVPAT properly sealed. Second is EVM, VVPAT if replaced, one also properly sealed. Number third is mock poll black envelope sealed. Number fourth is mock poll certificate properly sealed. Fifth is presiding officer's diary sealed. Sixth is Form 17A register of voters votes sealed. 17A register of votes sealed. Seventh is 17C account of votes sealed. Eighth is marked copy electoral roll. Ninth is declaration format for form part 1st to 4th. Number 10th is account of paper seals. 11th, brass seal, presiding officer's rubber seal. All these mentioned items must be handed over at the collection center in hand. Receipt of material. After handing over the first hand material and other miscellaneous items at collection center, the presiding officer should take proper receipt from the in charge collection center. As we have seen, the role and responsibilities of the presiding officer in the general election of 2024 are vital in ensuring a fair and transparent electoral process. By understanding the tasks that the presiding officer undertakes, we can appreciate the efforts that go into conducting a successful election. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like, share and comment on this video. Thank you once again.